Okay, so this is a little skill to help you on your way. It should make you a little bit more effective and resourceful with using this Linux distribution, Kali. This might be useful to other people who use Linux, but definitely anyone who is studying their OSCP and they want to just be a bit more fluid in their movements around the operating system. So the image is a close representation of my keyboard that I've got, so you know what I'm pressing when I'm pressing it, and then I've just opened a browser as an arbitrary window. I'm going to start off with workspaces. So I didn't realize what these workspaces are. Sorry, and I should back up a second. I know my font is going to be tiny on this screen to some people because I have a big monitor and you might be on a laptop. I will compensate for that. I will be explaining things and hopefully you won't miss anything by the way I explain. The other thing, just so you know, back in the back in the in the past, um, the one of the teachers that I've had, the many teachers I've had, he said the best programmers, the best people who are, effective with computer, how you can tell? They use the mouse as little as possible. It's all done on a keyboard with the short keys and everything. And I've always remembered that, and so I always try and hold on to that. Not because I want to be the best, but like I don't want to keep moving my hand over to the mouse to do stuff. And it's like it is painful, so I try where I can to use the keyboard short keys. And you might see things in some of the other videos I do, like screens just move around, and you're like, what happened there? It's because of these short keys. So I'm going to put this in the playlist of skills, so that it's kind of like there just to help anybody make them more effective. Um, yeah, anyway, let's proceed. So this is here. This will refer to as the super key on Windows machines. It's the Windows key, but here is the super key. So if I press the super key, it'll open this menu option, and then if I go to settings, I want the settings manager. Then I press tab. Oh no, I press shift tab to go back, and now I'm in the search box keyboard. Now I press tab to go down, one, two. I'm on keyboard. I press the space bar, takes me in. Press tab again. I'm on that behavior tab. Then I press the right arrow over to the side. And now you can see all the shortcuts I've got um, on this machine. The ones that I added to move workspaces. Um, and by move workspaces, I mean I don't want to be in this like set of windows on number one here. I want to be on number two or number three or number four. So we have one, two, three, four here, but they are zero indexed. So that means rather than starting at one, we're starting at zero. So what I've done, and you might have to install WM control in your Linux machine, like on the terminal, to get these and then assign these shortcuts. But essentially, to go to so Windows control to go to workspace zero, I've got Shift Control End, and that is the end button there, the one. I didn't choose it because it's end. I chose it because it was one because I want to go to workspace one where we are right now. And so I press these two, shift control, and then that, and it will take me to number one, which is where we are. Then I've done the same. So on the down of the keypad, which is there, is number two. Again, I chose the number two on this keypad first, not the down, but it's got a down arrow on it. Then three is the next, which says page down, but I guess that is next in terms of the keyboard interface. And then lastly, the left keypad is number four. So one, two, three, four correlates to one, two, three, four and is mapped onto these four, which start at zero. Hopefully that makes sense. So if I press shift control and then either any one of these, I'll change to the window. So let's do that now. So I'm not moving any of these things we're looking at. I'm going to move myself to somewhere else on the computer. So Control Shift 2. Now you can see I've got Burp Suite open and I'm on 2. Control Shift 4, which is the left arrow. I've got nothing open here, and you can see, hopefully you can see that now I'm on 4. If I go back to 1, I'm back on 1. So what this allows you is, because this is not the first take in this video, you might be able to like do a scan and then just move it to number 4, which I'll show you in a second. So what I've showed you is how to move yourself to those workspaces, but maybe you want to move a window to a workspace. So um, let's I'm going to open a terminal here, and I'm going to reduce it down a bit, just for argument's sake, so it's not too neat. Let's say I have I've kicked some thing off. In fact, let me go and just go into some fictitious. Right. So I'm going to make a folder here just called YouTube temp, right? And it moves me into it. This is an alias I have, and then let's say it's got loads of files in it, and I just press like I've done a command or I've kicked some command off. It doesn't really matter. Just when you look at this, just assume a command is running. So I've got my command running. So what I've done as well is if we press the super key again, open the settings, and I think it's in it's Windows Manager. So Window Manager and keyboard. Need to make this a bit bigger. So yeah, so I've got these move window to workspace 1, move window to workspace 2. So we could have up to 12 workspaces up here. And if the exclamation mark is that key 1 on here, say I'm not using this one, I'm using this one. So what I've essentially set up is if I press Control Shift on these 4, I move myself to that workstation. If I press Control Shift on these 4, I move the window to that workstation. So it's just a way for me to organize things. So I'm going to do that now. And yeah, you can see like exclamation, @ hash, or pound, as people like to call it in America. I don't know why. And the $sign. So I'll get rid of that, and I'll just move. This is something that's going on, and I want to move this terminal window to workspace 4. So I'm going to press Control Shift and then that number 4 there, because that's how I've set the short keys up. So Control Shift 4, and it's gone. Oh, where's it gone? It's gone to number 4. So now if I press Control Shift this 4, I'll move myself to number 4, and now I can see that's where it is, and I move myself back to 1, Control Shift 1 on the keypad, and back over. So that is one thing that just makes your life a lot easier when you're doing stuff and you want to use the full sort of complement of workspaces. You can probably make more workspaces. Then you can start really like juggling a lot of stuff around, and it just makes your life easier. So that's the workspace sort of control flow. The next thing is really handling different windows within the current workspace you're in. So if I go back to I'm going to go back to workspace 4 a second and get my this terminal. So I can press Command and Tab. That's the other one. You can select between things. So I want this. I'm going to press Control and Shift and exclamation or 1 and move it back to Workspace 1. Then I'm going to go Control Shift 1 on the keypad, move myself back to there. Now I've Control Tab, I've got my 3 windows open, I've got Obsidian open, but it's hidden. Let's get it open, in fact. So there's Obsidian. So I've got 3 windows currently open. They're a bit messy. I'm going to just show you how I've configured things, explain first how I've configured it, and then show you what. Yeah, I'll do that first. So I press the super key, get that option up. Now I want to go to, I think it's keyboard settings, or the settings manager, tab, no, back tab, keyboard, tab, space, tab, back, shift tab, right arrow, yeah. Okay, it's not in here, so I know where it is then. So, window manager. So these are the windows we've got, and maybe I've been in before. Although this is like the 3rd time of doing this clip, I didn't prepare any notes, which I normally do, because it doesn't need it. So it's this, yes. So these move window to lower monitor, left monitor, where is it? Yeah. So upper workspace. This is it. Tiling. This is it. So the way I've got these set up is, so tile window to the left, super left, and then right, super right. Then, and this is why it's a bit confusing, because here keypad 7 is, if I go and find my image that I had before, oh, where's my image gone? I sent it away. No, it's there. Send that to 1, go back to 1. If I find my image in this like configuration option, this is called keypad, that's keypad 7, but in that other one it's called I don't know, like left. It wasn't 4, this was like left, which is, it's a bit confusing. So anyway, I digress. I'm gonna pull that down. So now so super keypad 7, actually have it up. 7 is that top corner, then super keypad 9 is this top corner, then super keypad 1 is this bottom left corner, super keypad 3 is the bottom right corner. So what does that mean? It means that if I'm in a workspace, then I can select a window, Obsidian. If I press super and then keypad 9, it's going to send it to the top right of my window. So if I do that now, that's nice and locked in tightly. Then I can press Command Tab, grab another window like my browser or my Burp Suite browser or whatever, and then I press Super keypad 3. It will go down to this corner. So I do that now, and I'm going to stay on this window, and I'm just going to press Super keypad 1 to go there, Super keypad 7 to go up, super keypad 3 again. Hello. Super keypad 3 down there. And if I wanted to move the whole browser, or like say I'm looking at something long to the left hand side, then I can just press, because the way I've got it is super and the left arrow or the right arrow, depending on which side I want. So if I press super, and when I say left and right arrow, I'm talking about these guys here. So super left all the way over, super right, and now it's hidden behind, or this is overlaid in front of Obsidian. So if I press Command and Tab and I go tab to go to Obsidian, you see it's behind you here, behind that. So if I let go, then it's open again. If I press Control Tab again, it'll go to the next thing, which is the browser. So these are all the sort of shortcuts that I'm using. So you can start tidying your terminal up like quite nicely, or your workstation up, and it just makes your life a bit easier. If you're busy doing something. Um, what I've noticed is I can't do the super keypad with this window manager window. I can't move that around like I can on these, but this just makes your life easier, and then I can just move on and go, okay, right, that's my sort of recon page of what I'm doing. I'm going to press Control Shift and 2 on the keypad and move over. And then the other one, that if you want a full screen or to completely remove it off the screen, if I just open Burp properly, I get it running. So if you press Super, as in the Windows button, I didn't want to do that, the Super button. If I go back to Workstation here, and I press that and the up arrow, then it will go full screen. If I press that and the down arrow, it will completely remove it. However, if I press Command and Tab, it's hidden. That's why it's kind of got this, like, I don't know, milky blue tone. If I let go, it should open it, and then I can move it, super left, super right, super keypad 1, super keypad 9, super keypad 7, whatever. It just makes your like control flow a lot easier. So that's hopefully that's a useful tip. Happy hacking.